So I went and did it. I picked up one of those Alarmo alarm clocks from Nintendo. They announced it. I had a big laugh when they announced it. I watched the video. I thought, oh my God, this is so Nintendo, and it's so kind of absurd that they're offering an alarm clock. And then I thought about it, and I realized it's really freaking special that Nintendo says, you know what, we would like to physicalize an object in a different way that sort of celebrates all of our video game history, but lets people interact with the characters and the music and some of the little sound effects and special effects that we have applied to a lot of our games in this way that is meant to ingrain itself into people's everyday lives. So they build us this technologically advanced alarm clock, something that, you know, honestly, most of the stuff is here in my Apple Watch, but it's a Nintendo object, and it looks like an alarm clock that would fit somewhere in some kind of Mario household in the Super Mario theme park or something like that. It's so cartoonish and loud and colorful, and it has this little rotating clickable knob on the top that glows, and you can select a bunch of different items. Of course, you've got your alarm, and you can set it to the time you want to wake up, and you can have the sensors in the device track how much you're tossing and turning at night, and it will collect some data based on its sensing abilities of how well you are sleeping, and then based on whether you get out of bed, the alarm will escalate in its volume, and the sound effects and the music and stuff that it has within it are all based on Nintendo games, which is cool, but it really will kind of gently try to get you up until it eventually is yelling at you, get out of bed in the cute Nintendo way. And then you will go about your day, and then you'll come back and you'll see your cute little Nintendo clock beside you, and it will encourage you to get a restful slumber and presumably be dreaming about all kinds of cool Nintendo games that you'll be playing in the future. And I thought, okay, it's a bit of a nutso kind of product, but I have to see it because I'm a massive, you guys know, I'm a massive fan of Nintendo. I always have been. And I thought, there's going to be some cool extra stuff in here that they haven't revealed yet. And one of the things that they definitely did do with this is they have future-proofed it a bit, because you can tie it to your Nintendo account, your Nintendo Online account, and you can update this alarm clock with all kinds of new animations and sounds and things like that, which is great. And right out of the box, I was able to do that. I linked everything up, got on Wi-Fi, and it updated some extra material, which is great. But there's probably going to be a lot more to come, and some thoughts that went through my mind is that when Nintendo finally announces the successor to the Switch, I think it's going to be called the Switch 2. That's what I'm thinking. What do you guys think? Is it going to be the Switch 2? Or something else? Or is it Super Switch? Let me know in the comments below. But when they announce the successor to the Switch, they'll probably have some kind of countdown thing on Alarmo, and then they can do all kinds of extra stuff on this. Now, the little screen that's on the Alarmo device, it isn't the circle that the clock is shaped in. It would have been cool to have animated elements all the way around Alarmo, you know, to have lots of little bits and stuff all across the whole face of the clock, and it doesn't. It's all sort of confined to the little screen. I also find that the screen isn't especially bright, and that's presumably to protect the device and to have it work for a long, long time, but also people are going to be using this in darkened bedrooms, and they don't want to have this big, bright alarm clock screen there either. And I get that, but I'll tell you something. I think this is too adorable to sit beside my bed. I want to see it on my desk, and I want to be able to look at it and hear the hourly chimes. I would never put the hourly chimes on in the bedroom. And I would try, I think this would create all kinds of consternation in my relationship with my wife if all kinds of Nintendo sounds started erupting early in the morning as I was getting out of bed, because I get up before my wife sometimes. And I thought, okay, this is, you know, gonna create some pressure. So I thought the best way to do this is to kind of have this celebration of Nintendo on my desk, and it is on my desk. It is this blast of color and character. I've got everything set to, you know, Zelda Breath of the Wild right now, and you see Link sort of pacing around as you come across its sensors and stuff, and the hourly charms are like the heart meter filling up. And it's really cool, and you can adjust to all of that. And so in general, I think this is a pretty unique device. It is expensive. It costs like $170 to buy this thing and have it shipped to me, but I think it's such a special idea, and I do think that it's gonna sell out. I think that this is such a wonderful way to kind of enjoy this universe and to celebrate these characters. I think it's well made as well. I don't know what the longevity of this device is going to be over time, but I definitely want Nintendo to surprise us with lots of cool things. I don't know technically what's in it. I don't know if there's a Bluetooth sensor in there. I've thought about Nintendo having Alarmo-specific little mini games or something like that, which would be really incredible. But I really love it as this desktop item as I'm cutting and working away on my stuff, and I can just look down and see Link walking around and stuff. Looking forward to lots of new characters and lots of new little flourishes from Nintendo's collection. But so far, I am a fan of Alarmo, and something tells me that if you're a Nintendo fan, you are going to be a pretty big fan of Alarmo as well. But let me know, is this something you're going to pick up? Is this something that you circled, you know, when Nintendo released it and said, yep, I want to get those? Are you picking this up maybe for somebody for the holidays? I think it goes into wider release in 2025. I don't even know if they've sold out their initial allotment. They have a Nintendo store in New York City, and I think they sold out of all their Alarmos that they got in initially. But presumably, this is something that Nintendo will start to mass manufacture. You'll probably be able to pick one of these things up at the theme parks. And they're opening up the Orlando theme park in spring 2025. And I think once you see it in person, you're probably gonna love it, which I do. And my kid saw it and her mouth just dropped and she said, it's so cute. And it really is. It's a really cool little device. Do I wish it did more? Yes. Am I excited about Nintendo dropping cool little surprises into Alarmo because it is an online connected device that is communicating with Nintendo HQ? Heck yes. So let's see where Nintendo takes this. But Alarmo so far, I think it's pretty damn cool. It's a little too expensive, but it's so unique and so special. I can't help but love it. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.